adding degree of difficulty.
So because I know he's pretty good about going over the tarp, this is Logan, I'm going to just see if we can just walk across the tarp now with something on the tarp with us. See if we don't mind it in any direction. And then I'm going to ask him to now add a little bit of element of difficulty to this. I'm going to ask him to come over sideways. Here. Good. Good. Over. 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 Don't come forward. Good job. So there were a few things there. He knows the over, which is come to me with his body sideways. He knows about going over the tarp, and he knows about going sideways over a cone, right? But I've never combined them all. So it was important for me to say, hey, here's the tarp, but look at the cone. You're okay walking over the tarp from any angle, right? Look at the cone. I started him out here with my over so that he didn't have any other thing to focus on but the over. And then I brought him into the actual exercise. I didn't just walk him in from the barn, from the paddock, and said, hey, step on this tarp and over this cone. Could I have? Probably. But is that fair? Is that fair to not explain to him what I'm going to ask him to do, to not give him all of the details? Say, hey, here's your outline of what we're going to be doing. And now let's do it, right? I believe in having actual conversations with our horses, giving them all the information so that they have an absolute better chance of succeeding and always leaving a situation feeling proud of themselves, and also continuing to build their trust in me, continuing to build their confidence in my reliability to not get them into trouble, to help them build their belief system in me and in my leadership, that I'm not going to lead them into danger, and I'm going to show you everything there is to know first, and then I'm going to ask something of you, okay? Kind of thing, right? So I'll be back with another horse. So I'm going to bring him in, let him see there's an obstacle on the obstacle. Make sure that he's able to not crash and burn, right? Show him there's a different length we're going to go. He's so destructive. Okay, now I'm going to tell him, shh.
Using the new backup cue.
I'm going to ask him to bring me his tail. Put his head that way. Bring me his head. Teddy, don't go. Bring me your tail. Good, good, good. And over. 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 Yep. 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 Bring your tail a little bit more. Stop your front feet and bring your tail. There you go. Now, shh.
Eventually, the shush sound will be even quieter, but they're all still adjusting to the change.
So if you've been watching in any length of time, you know that I recently changed my backup cue from saying the word back and from wiggling the rope to this shushing sound. I still support a little bit with something familiar, right? As they're still learning the exercise as far as it being, I've replaced or added a new word for the same thing. But I'm actually pretty pleased with how even Oopie, how well they've adapted to the new backup cue. So again, I didn't just bring them straight out of the paddock and say, here, stop, do sideways. I said, come over the tarp. Look, there's an obstacle on top of the obstacle. Are you okay with that? Can you come from either angle? Because the length of the tarp is important as much as it is the width of the tarp for what I was going to ask him to do next. And then he knows the over. So I asked for him to bring me his tail where there was no tarp in the game yet. And then I asked him to come sideways over the obstacle, over the obstacle. So this is Tucker. His brother just went tearing down the other side of the paddock, so we're hoping that he doesn't carry on too much. We're going to just try to just walk across it, you know, just confidently, just assume it's not an issue. We're going to do it again. My goal is, can I ride him across it? Can I get him? If you saw with Charlotte, she had a moment of uncertainty when I was on her back, then compared to when she was being led across it. So now I'm going to go ahead and see if we can go across it with me on his back. I'm going to go ahead and turn his tail away so he can show you he understands his job when it comes to the mounting block. Hi. Okay. That's enough. Back. Good. Okay. All right, that wasn't necessary. None of that was necessary. None of that was necessary. None of that was necessary. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that. Now, pay attention to what I'm going to ask of you. Please, step up here. Good. Move. You don't need to do that. No, stop it. Stop. Stop it. Go across there. You got this. Oh, you're being such a turkey. Come on. Come on. It doesn't end just because you think that you get to do it your way. You gotta do it my way, okay? You're fine. Oh, good job. Now go where I ask you to go, okay? Good. Good. There you go. Good. 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 Oh. Good. Good. Now, I admit I kind of brought him back to his stall a little more rushed, and it's because, as you can hear, the other horse, it's his brother, and they're a little inseparable, and I'm trying not to create a bigger situation. But I also didn't want to get us in a situation because he's going to get amped up because of his brother. Let me go get his brother before his brother gets any more amped up. So his breathing is telling me, hey, you want to see how amped up I am? We'll give it a try. So again, just walk across it with the confidence that I have no doubt he'll do it. Project to him my confidence in my body language and in my stride. I'm walking like I just decided to go get something out of the refrigerator. I know we keep going away from your dinner, but we're going to come do this with me first. Now his breathing is still up from when he's running around. I'm going to go ahead and turn his tail away. Yep. I know. He's already telling us, I know the mounting block. I know the mounting block. I'm ready. I'm ready. Good job. You're okay. Okay. Now, can you do the tarp? Hey. Oh. Good. Good. Don't go running off. Don't go running off. You're a good job. Don't bite my leg either. That wouldn't be necessary. Okay. You don't go running off, okay? Relax your little self here. I have a plan, and it involves getting a little off path. So the tarp is not on his path that we normally would take to a stall, so he has to be able to be responsive to a little steering. And he beelined right for the stall. I have a hair in my mouth. And I don't want him to do that. I want him to follow my guidance. No. Hey. Back. Now, step up here and don't. That's good, right there. Good. Relax. You're fine. Take it down a notch, okay? You're fine. Okay. Now, we're going to go over this tarp. Nope. Hey. Nope. That's not how that works. Come on. Can't believe he's being the most difficult tonight. He's usually the most cooperative. Now stop it. Okay, get off the mounting block. Back up. Good. Now, hey, stop. So getting himself in a little bit of a tight knot here. So stop. Hey. So I'm just gonna have a little conversation with him because his whole body's getting really round on me. Stop. Hey. Stop. Hey. So he doesn't want my support. Now. You're fine. Nope. Get off the... Good. Get off. Nope. Good. Stop. No. Good. Wait. Stop. Good. You're okay. I just need you to steer. That's all you need to do is just go where I ask you to go. No. Good. Okay, let's just go back. Come on. You want to try one more time, or are you still going to just be super revved up? Now your brother's starting to wreck around his gate there, huh? I have a plan, and you need to just do what I'm asking you to do, sweet cheeks. There you go. Much calmer. Now, yes. Okay, I would like you to go this way, over the tarp. Good girl, good boy. Good. Oh, you're being difficult, and I don't like it. There's no reason for you to be so difficult, okay? We're gonna keep doing this. So in his case, I am adding this repetition, because if you notice, he's not getting as rounded up at the mounting block now. He's letting me get on without having a major panic attack. All I'm trying to do, I lost the length of my rein, so unfortunately, my rein got too long, I couldn't guide his head around. So this repetition isn't painful to him. You know, it's something that he can certainly benefit from, so I don't mind doing it. You know, he's gotten calmer about coming to the mounting block, right? His energy's come down for that. Good. His energy's come down a little bit for going away from the mounting block. And now we're going to be able to steer over the top. And I'm going to say, ho, I'm falling. I'm going to tell him, see, that was it. That was all we were needing to do. You're fine. That was all I needed you to do. Okay. So, is it possible that one might say that's not fair? He just wants to go eat. He's hungry. He just wants to go in and eat. And you're giving him something. You're causing him to get more worked up over not being able to get to his food. Or could you see it from the point of view that I like to see it from is, I don't care what your outside distraction is. I'm your leader, and there might be something I need from you, and I'm going to need you to not be concerned about your outside resources or your outside focuses. You need to be focused here. That might be valuable if he becomes a show horse, right? I know you want to go back to the trailer where your brother is, or I know you want to go back to the trailer where you think that's home or your hay net is, or whatever you think about the trailer being your safe space, and you want to go back to the trailer. But I need you to focus on me because we have to go into the ring and do this class. I need my horses to always say, no matter what my goals are as far as getting to my stall to get my food, or getting back with my friend, or getting into the barn when I didn't want to go for that ride, or getting back to my trailer when I didn't want to be at the show, I need my horses to be like, but I'm good. I'm safe with you. I'm going to listen to you because I know you're not going to steer me wrong. So I find these exercises extremely valuable in a little bit of gauging where my leadership matters, number one. And number two, a little bit of self-control. Don't get yourself so spun out over your brother being outside still. Don't get yourself so spun out of knowing that you're going to come in and eat and I'm preventing you from getting there, right? Like he sees me as some kind of block to get him to where he wants to go. Instead, I'm trying to say, hey, you know, I'll get you there. And I prove that every day, but I'm going to need you to do this with me and I'm going to need you to focus here. I think for his entire life, these exercises will benefit him in a lot of stressful situations where focusing on the leader, focusing on the human is going to be necessary. There's going to be times where you really just need the horse to stop and think about you. And if you haven't trained them to understand how to do that, and you've always allowed them to drag you into the barn and get their hay, or drag you into the barn and get their grain, or drag you out to the paddock to get back with their brother or their pasture mate, if you've essentially allowed that, you've trained that. And now you've trained a horse, to be honest, you've trained a horse to have a type of anxiety. And the more you do it, the more you nurture that, the more you groom them for that. And then when you do want to take them, say, out to a trail ride away from your barn and you want to try to ride alone, you're going for a pretty fast ride back to the barn. And you have no relationship in a circumstance like that. You have no relationship with a horse that feels a intense pull somewhere other than where you are, right? Where you have no relationship to say, hey, remember those exercises we did where you wanted to go somewhere, but I said you had to listen to me first? Well, this is one of those times. Okay, so anyway, sorry for the long speech, but I got more horses to do.